Saturday.
But the building was shaking so much, it looks like the earth is going to divide into two parts.
Houses are falling, people are scared, shouting.
Jumping out of their house.
The children were crying.
It just seems like the world is going to end right now.
When the earthquake stopped, then I came out. At the same time, my mother was coming. She was so worried, so she was rushing towards the home. And I met her on the road. She was crying that what happened to my son.
On April the 25th, there was a 7.8 earthquake that hit this area. The death toll is over 7,000 and more than 14,000 are injured. But there are hundreds of thousands of people throughout this region that are suffering as a result of the earthquake.
This used to be a road, and because of the earthquake, the road has been closed down. Some people who ran away from here, another houses that fell down, and the 2 people killed over this same spot. And the 4 people killed in this spot. The people who are staying in another part, and they are trying to run away, and on the same time, this house fell down, and 4 people killed, and so many people been injured.
We have no shelter, we have no food. We lost all things except our life.
I have to be thankful my family are unharmed. At the same time, my neighbor, they are also my family. They have also lost their lives. Yes, lots of people lost their lives. We have never experienced such kind of earthquake before. We are afraid.
Samaritan's Purse, we are working to help people in communities directly affected by these earthquakes. Time is of the essence. We're doing everything that we can to meet the emergency needs right now.
There's a lot of fear of the aftershocks and tremors that are still happening. You get a sense of just sort of the trauma and hopelessness that people are feeling right now.
We need a safe drinking water, shelter for people to live who are alive, and we need a food.
We have a team here, experts in the medical field, water and sanitation, as well as in food and in shelters, working together with local partners and contacts.
Many of these people have lost their loved ones or they're unaccounted for, and I just can't imagine emotionally what they're going through. And just to be able to pray for them and reach out to them. I mean, these people are desperate and in need.
We've received in our first cargo plane with relief supplies for the hurting people here, 42 metric tons of blankets, tents, and cooking kits. And there will be more supplies coming in the future.
A lot of aid's coming into Nepal, but we continue to move farther and farther outside the city to find those that have not yet been reached with food or shelter or medical attention. It's a wonderful opportunity to share the love of Christ.
What we're trying to give out is some food for a family for a week, some cooking sets, and some blankets, as some of these families can live at 6,000 feet or higher, and it can get much, much colder than the hot weather we have down here in the valley.
Probably the biggest thing that's impacted me is just how willing people are to come out and help. We've got over 30 volunteers, and they've been working really hard just to help out their fellow countrymen.
Nepal is my country. I just love this country. It's very hard for me to believe that we are going through this. This is also a very difficult time for me also. I don't have any house, but I'm helping here. There are also people who are helping each other in this moment.
So I'm here with Krishna Prasad Adhikari. He's 75 years old. He's walked 3 hours this morning to get to where we're distributing food today. His home looks like this. He's got 7 children at home, and he's taken the food and the supplies that we've been able to give back to them. What he's saying is that we're in survival mode. What we need is shelter, and thank you very much for doing what you can do.
Here are nearly 1,200 people staying in this camp. We are thinking that they will stay here more than 6 months up to 1 year.
13 people are living here in this tent, and we are living as a family member. We are living together. This is the condition the circumstances is not so good.
Sanitation is one of the most important things in a situation like this. The conditions are not very good, the hygienic conditions. That's a big problem for children, and that's how diseases get spread. We've brought in a bunch of hygiene kits that include soap, brushes for the toilets, cleaning solution, gloves. Timing is super important, and that's why we've come out here as quickly as we can so that we stop any spread of disease before it happens.
My heart does break for the people here in Nepal. I mean, there's a lot of need here. I mean, you can imagine the people have very, very little.
We pray our God. We rebuild our house for our better life, for our health.
We want to come beside them and walk through this difficult time with them.
I've had a couple of opportunities to put my hand on the shoulder of someone who's hurting and say, you know what, Jesus has brought us here. He loves you so much. He's bringing people from far away to serve you.
As a Christian organization, we really are trying just to offer what we can, but also just to offer hope to these people.
There are a lot of urgent needs. Samaritan's Purse is here meeting those urgent needs, and we're doing that in the same vein that the Good Samaritan did when he helped the man in the ditch.
We become hopeless, but when people just like you come, then we get hope again to live.